Well, we finally made it. Appetite for Destruction all the way through is happening. I've done a couple of tracks already from it, but this is the lesson that really is one of the hardest songs on the album. The opening track, Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle. What an incredible track. There's so much stuff about this intro that is just wrong all over the internet. The delay pedals, the way that the effects are achieved, all of that stuff we're going to run through from start to finish. If you are a big fan of Guns N' Roses like I am, please subscribe down there and we'll help you out to get this sound nice and crunchy and nice and kind of Appetite for Destruction-esque. But let's kick in with that beginning and let's talk delay. So Slash has said in interviews before that at the beginning of this album, the delay effect was added post, so in the studio. So there are delay pedals that can create similar effects, but it's going to be very hard for you to make it sound like that given that it was done after the event of the recording. Having said that, I've got an effects pedal that I think is really good at a delay with a little bit of reverb added into the mix, which really sounds pretty effective. But just before we turn any of that on, these are the notes that we're going to be playing in the beginning. So just have a listen. That's it. And those are the only notes that have the delay pedal on. Loads of people think that the delay stays on when you're doing this. No. But let's start right at the beginning. I'll turn on the pedal here and I'll show you the effects that I'm using to achieve the effect. The effects that I'm using to achieve the effect. So this is a digital delay DD3T. I've got it running not in the main loop, so it's in the effects loop only, and the settings are showing up for you now. There's a little bit of reverb added into the mix as well, because I think it gives it the best possible sound. By the way, I think you probably would have guessed, but we're tuned down to E flat in kind of standard Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction style. Most of the albums, in fact the whole album's in that. And the other thing to say is that this whole song stays on the bridge pickup here, so no messing about. So just have a listen now with the effects added in. Now you often hear when Slash is doing a live version of this track that he starts off by kind of going. And what I think he's doing is he's listening to get himself in time with the delay. And then he'll kick into it. And then the delay goes off for the next section, because otherwise if you leave it on it sounds like this. And it's an absolute mess. So let's get rid of that for the next section as we run it through. Get rid of the reverb as well, because Slash very rarely plays with any reverb on his sound. So let's run through this main riff with no delay. You've got to palm mute if you want to make this sound really, really good. So you're going to have to get nice and crunchy, which means using your right hand and sitting it across the bottom string. Okay, so this is the notes. Just forget the fingers that I'm using at the moment because they're going to change in a sec, but these are the notes that we're interested in. Now I'm going to palm mute it. Okay, so that's the notes that we're playing with there. Sort of B pentatonic scale, really. Very simple. The picking pattern is the next thing we're going to tackle. So this is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, all the time. Okay, so here we go. So the only difference is, of course, the final turnaround where you get the... So you alternate from there, and then you're back. Which is why it's quite difficult, actually, because that little turnaround makes it a little bit tougher to get into the rhythm. The other thing I want to mention is the fingering on the left hand, which is not just playing it with third and first fingers, which would be easy, but it ignores the fact that there's a really cool slide in there. So the way you achieve that is by using Slash's fingering, which is 3-1, 3-2. This one. So that bottom part is done with second fingers. And then you slide with that third finger. Ah, see, I'm so used to playing it with the first finger, but it's wrong. You'll get there in the end. The other thing to mention is that there's 3 occasions where this comes round, where the riff becomes simplified and you just hear. So just note that in the tab, that's played without muting, so it's very kind of loud. There's no slides in there, so you can use the first and third fingers, and then you've got these 2 chords. So that's Slash's part, seeing it through. The other little bit of the intro that I just wanted to mention is the line that Izzy plays over the top, which is probably the bit that you would want to play once you've mastered this. Got it right that time. So pleasing. So the Izzy solo over the intro is like this. And then the next bit, I would recommend playing it up here. So that bit's quite cool with the parallel fourths there. And then you get this so that little pattern is there's one other little thing I want to address, which is that some people say that in the second time you hear this pattern, Slash repeats the 4th fret. Like that. I've listened to it probably a million times, and I don't think that's what's going on there. I think it does sound like that because I think there's I don't want to say that there's a mispick, but I think that you can hear it being played like this. If you listen really carefully, you can hear the left hand actually moving to the B. I think it might just be the fact that the B string was played again. So I think that's what's going on there. So just a little note about that, because I've seen some people recommending that you play that, which I definitely wouldn't do. Let's get into it then. So we're doing a 1st and 4th finger as a power chord here, and we're going to do a lot of sliding around. So I hope you're ready for that. So let's jump in. And this is the 5th fret. So you lift your hand on that open E to give yourself time to come back up. That's the 2nd time round. 3rd time. And then you've got these little patterns that come in every now and then. This is a really cool one with a harmonic. So give that a go. Pinch harmonic. The best way to achieve that, by the way, is to turn your right hand on the pick really almost diagonal when you're striking, so kind of downwards and almost at that angle to the guitar, and really drag your thumb. And then this is what I meant when I said the verse is played in a different way. This is actually how Slash mostly plays this part of the song. So it's kind of like a single note really, while Izzy Stradlin does the chords. Slash does it like this. And then the second time. And then it changes up to here with the power chords again. Sounds better quicker, obviously. And then we'll quickly go into the first part of the chorus before we stop this video and go on to part 3. So it goes like this. So C power chord, little crunches before, and then you hear this. But that's got delay and reverb on, which I suspect was done after the event again. As you can hear the repeat if I put it on for you now. Whereas the next part that's played by Izzy sounds like this. So this little bit is done in sort of first position or root position, whatever you want to call it, with Slash. Just make sure you do that up pick and the dead note. And then there's a pinch harmonic here. And then also there. So just make sure you catch that as we head into the second verse here. I'll run you through one of the little variations here, which is like this. It's quite a nice little one there, which I've tabbed out for you. The verse continues, second verse here, like this. You can do that with a third, second, third to replace the power chord, or you can even go the first finger. That's the same power chord sequence that we've done before, so I won't run you through that again. That's covered in a previous lesson though with the slides. And then we hit this bit again. They've got the delay pedal there and a little bit of reverb as we've discussed before, and then we hit this again. And then Slash does. Whereas you hear Izzy do. So you've got these diminished chords here. So let's just run through this again. So you've got the open, bottom string, parallel diminished, and then now you can do these all down picks if you want. And then you've got the next section on the next page of the tab. And then this slide. A lot of people play it here, but Slash plays it up here. And then we're going to jump up to this next really cool bit of the solo, to the slide up to the 18th fret. And then you jump down here. And then you switch positions here to this 10th fret. You can actually do these down picks as well. Make sure you do that pinch harmonic at the end as well. So let's run through those variations then. So we're still doing the single note chorus, which Slash does, and it sounds like this. And he slides in. And then there's this nice little pattern here, which is a right slide up the neck. There's also another guitar line, which you can hear below that. And then it goes something like that. I've just approximated it underneath because I know that Slash live always likes to do that. Then you're back with these power chords on the E again. With the delay and the reverb that we've talked about before, and then we have this. So Slash has a very easy time of it in the bridge. He just does the arpeggiated chords, so. It's Izzy who's doing these kind of cool bits. And he does this. He sort of alternates with Slash on this C note. Just a few little intricate bits here before we hit this pre-solo section where it goes like this. And then there's a slide, which I actually happen to have here. The A note goes up on the record, which is something that must be done in post-production, because that immediately links in with Slash going. So we're up here, we've done the slide on the 5th fret with the actual metal slide there, discussed in our last video. Now we're up here, 15th fret bend with the 12th fret as well. Bit of vibrato on that last one. And then we do this. That's the slide down there. And then you've got these two little dead notes before we get to the solo. So that 6th fret is a pinch harmonic. And then you use the first finger to move, the little 14th bend. And then you do these two notes here. Little bit of vibrato on that 4th fret that's there. And then this is a cool bit, jump up to the 6th. So you're using that first finger there. And then it's these two 2nd frets. So 2nd and 3rd finger. And then you use this 2nd finger to slide. I don't bother to pick this one. And then you slide up and then go to the 15th. Down to this 10th, which is crucial. And then you pre-bend and release. Really awesome section there. So one more time. So pre-bend and release by half a fret. And then hammer on. And then these two notes. So mute the middle string and just play the 2nd and 3rd fingers. And then we're going to do these descending bends here. Jump down to the 6th fret. Little bit of vibrato there. And then you've got this section that follows. Then you need your slide because you're going to slide up using the 4th. And then you hit harmonics there. And then this is where it's really interesting. So you've got your delay and reverb back on. And this is how you achieve the sound. I never knew it was done like this for a long time. You're jumping up to an octave above the 22nd fret. So up here. Do you hear that? So that's Slash doing that. You've got these little bent notes here which Izzy does, while Slash continues to mess about and go. Stuff like that, which is too much fun. And then you turn all that off, and then you jump back in once you've finished messing around with these little breakdown chords here. We'll just run through this bit and keep it going until we hit the outro. So it's all this speed. Then the notes change after one iteration if you're going to play all that bit that we've discussed. So you're going to do the 3rd, 2nd and 1st finger. And then jump up again. To do the next bit, the 10th fret here is how it goes. So you do 2 of them and then you go up to the 11th fret. And then there's this really, really awesome shape, which I'll just show you quickly. This is the diminished. So one more time, on the 8th fret. You've got to do that pretty fast if you want it to sound like the record. And then we're jumping back into these power chords. Same again. And then we've got it twice. And that all has reverb and delay on again, so that's another different variant. Back to the main riff. So this is the last iteration. Hendrix chord at the end. And that's it, we've done it. Welcome to the Jungle, Appetite for Destruction completed. I hope you enjoyed this series. Thanks for watching. We're going to run through the whole of Appetite for Destruction. So our next one, I think it's called It Ain't Easy. Not one of my favourite songs. In fact, it's very tough. That'll be our next video in the series of the Appetite for Destruction playthrough. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe, and we'll catch you soon.